All right.
You good?
Good evening, everyone. It's Monday, October 7th, 2024, 6 p.m. I'll call to order tonight's Florida City Council meeting. Last Councilwoman Moss to give our invitation.
Let us pray. Dear God, we come as humble as we know how to thank you, God. Thank you, Lord, for keeping us safe during danger, seen and unseen. You kept us safe, Lord, during the hurricanes recently, and we ask that you bless those that lost lives, lost property, and give them strength to pick up and move on to another part of their life, a new part of their life. And then, Lord, we pray for the sick and shut in locally that are among us. Pray for bereaved families among us. And we thank you again, one more time. We can't thank you enough. In your son Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll call the roll, please.
Mayor Cook,
Here.
Councilwoman Coleman. Here. Councilwoman Doss.
Here.
Councilwoman Gerald. Here. Councilman Hardy.
Here.
Councilman Paget.
Here.
Councilwoman Thompson. Here. Councilman Boone.
Here. Thank you, Ms. Gray. First item tonight is approval of minutes. We have several sets of minutes on the tonight. The first is the regular council meeting from May 6th, 2024. Is there any corrections or additions to those minutes? If there are none, we'll entertain a motion that those be approved.
Second the motion.
Motion by Councilman Hardy, second by Councilman Doss to approve the minutes of the May 6th regular council meeting. Any further discussion? We'll call for the vote. Ms. Doss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy? Yes. Ms. Graham?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Ms. Paget? Ms. Sykes? And I vote yes. Next set of minutes is Tuesday, May 14th. Budget workshop meeting. All members of council were present with those. Is there a motion that may be approved?
I'll move that they be approved.
Motion by Councilman Paget, is there a second? Second by Ms. Gerald. Any further discussion? Call for the vote. Ms. Doss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy? Yes. Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Moving on to the next set of minutes, the June 3rd, 2024 regular council meeting. Any corrections or additions to those? Looks like Councilman Coleman was answering for that particular meeting. Is there a motion to be approved?
Motion to be approved to change our regular council meeting.
Motion by Ms. Gerald, is there a second? Second by Ms. Sykes. Any further discussion? We'll call for the vote. Ms. Doss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy? Yes. Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. June 24th, public hearing. It was at 6 p.m. that day. That was our budget hearing. Is there any corrections or additions to those meetings? And if not, is there a motion to approve those?
That's so good.
By Ms. Doss, is there a second? Second by Mr. Hardy. Any further discussion? Call for the vote. Ms. Doss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy? Yes. Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes? And I vote yes. On the same night, we had our special council meeting, that was Monday, June 24th. Any corrections or additions to those particular minutes? Hearing none, is there a motion may be approved?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Gerald, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Hardy. It appears Ms. Coleman was absent from that particular meeting. No further discussion, we'll call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Next item tonight is the, under communications, is the mayor's report. A few items to mention tonight. Last Tuesday, October 1st, was National Night Out. It's a very good attendance uptown for that event. A lot of kids were present, a lot of teenagers. They had the opportunity to meet and interact with members of the police department and the fire department. Police vehicles were on display, fire truck was on display. Both departments were able to answer a lot of questions from those in attendance. I'd just like to thank our police officers, firemen, and the other employees. There were a lot of other city employees that helped make that a success. And thanks to the Chamber of Commerce for their hard work in that event. You may have noticed Santee Cooper has been working primarily in the evenings to repair several street lights in the immediate downtown area. We reported several lights to them in residential areas a few weeks ago. They have repaired almost the entire list of those. There are a few they're still working on. I want to thank them for their diligence in getting the lights repaired in the downtown area. City Administrator Young and our staff members are working on several projects around town. For example, improvements to the meeting room at Watson Park. Those are soon to be completed. Also, the across from City Hall, at the corner of Walnut Street. Some work is beginning on that shortly. And we'll talk more about those tonight at the meeting, as well as the continuing progress of the old Loras High School site. Congratulations to Loras High School football coach Greg Mance and the entire Loras High School football team on their big victory last Friday night over Dillon. That had to be one of the most exciting high school football games I've witnessed in recent memory. Dillon, the powerhouse that we have not beaten in many, many years.
56.
The last victory was in 1968, but there was a gap in there we didn't play in for many, many years. It started back in the 2000s, 20-some years we've not beaten. We did it Friday night. Boys, we should be proud of those guys in high school. 30-27 was the final score. Lions now 5-1 on season, so they're having a good season. So I urge you, if you've not been to high school football, then get out and support the Loras Lions. Horry County League of Cities, next meeting is Wednesday, October 23rd at 6 p.m. That'll be hosted by the town of Briarcliff Acres. If your council members want to go, please let Clay or Brandon know. Briarcliff Acres needs to get a count so they can prepare for those in attendance. Downtown Tuesday is tomorrow, and don't forget Bog Off on October 19th. And Samantha, she's not with us. Oh, there she is. I'm not sure not with us tonight. I didn't see her. I'll mention those two events and I'll lead that into your report.
Yep, so obviously that's what I'm gonna talk about. So, we do have Downtown Tuesday. It was kicked off last week with National Night Out, which was fantastic turnout. So it was great and I appreciate all y'all coming. So we will do that every Tuesday night. Especially for we got some that's gonna go around the holidays, we'll skip, but we'll talk about October right now. Every Tuesday night for October. So tomorrow night we got dinner and a movie. So we are inviting the community to come to the grass lot, the yard is what we call it, and pick up a dinner and a movie ticket. And there is some participating restaurants in Loras that are gonna give discounts. And so you have your dinner at the local restaurants, then you'll come back and we'll have a movie, which we're gonna watch Hotel Transylvania 4, and we'll have popcorns and concession and all kind of good stuff going on. And that's from 6 to 8 tomorrow. And then we're gonna have the 80s prom and the crowning of our Bog Off queens, because I ended up in the emergency room, so we ended up not having the pageant, so we're gonna crown them at the prom. And then I am so excited because I got news today that the luau is coming back. And so they will be here October 22nd. And then we have Monster Mash, which is not on a Tuesday, it's a Thursday, but we are going to have it on Halloween. So that's gonna be huge. So anyone that wants to do a trunk that for the trunk or treat, please contact me at the chamber. And so we got a lot going on. And of course, we have the Bog Off Festival, which is the 45th consecutive Bog Off Festival, and we're super excited about that. And our normally we usually have like a big band coming in, but lately we have changed it to 9 to 5, which turned out really good last year because that way everybody was tired at 5 o'clock and we had a band. So we have a tribute band they're called Trial by Fire, but it's a Journey tribute band. And that's why all of the 80s stuff is going on. We've kind of like done some 80s around all of the Bog Off stuff this year. So I brought some flyers for each of y'all. There is some Bog Off and some Downtown Tuesdays. And you can hang those up or do whatever, and we appreciate it, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Samantha, and appreciate what you do for the city, promoting events and promoting our city. You do a good job.
Thank you.
All right, item B under communications is our administrator's report. I'll turn it over to Mr. Clay Young.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor and Council. Watson Park, we made a number of improvements out there. Most of y'all know, most y'all remember too, we got a park grant that's operating off of this state grant we got through the Sacramento Park, Recreation Park, through Damon Ward County. So we're doing some improvements out there. We got the meeting room just about the point where we can use it and make it available for potential use in the future. We did have some additional funds available. I know Wayne Fox, myself, Meredith, and Randy have been working on some of those projects. So we'll see what we get up to improve that. And then we're looking at some improvements to some to the refrigerator out there, some other appliances and stuff like that. We're looking at the meeting room has been painted, redone. We're looking at maybe spending some additional money on the outside, looking at some other things. So we'll see different communities. Getting closer looks good. Randy, you got anything you want to add to it?
No, I mean, really the final 3 steps are purchasing a new refrigerator. We got to purchase tables and chairs based on the occupancy that money provided. And put new locks on the doors. This is going to be a keyless entry that'll change after someone rents it. And then we're looking at possibly painting outside, doing a little bit landscaping if there's additional parking. So
We're very, very fortunate to have that partner, and those funds could be used for that particular project. So thank you for that.
The second one I got is October 22nd, Old North High School state grant it's already been released to the newspaper, but we did receive $1 million grant from the state. I'd like to thank Senator Kent Williams, Representative Hardy, and other representatives of the state for giving us more than us another $1 million to go toward the project that we're doing at Old North High School. They want to do a check signing and a check presentation at 2 o'clock on October 22nd. We will probably end up here first. We'll probably go to the site after. Do want to thank them for all their help. We are finishing up with I still call it DA, SCDA, but you don't class. SCDA, we are finishing up that with the DCC application. They've been in here twice. Last couple of weeks. So I think we got that part just about finished with that. So we will hopefully see some improvements to that area. Excited about that. The September monthly finance reports just got the blue emblem on there, which is North High School. Tank on here, water tank. And it shows this is the monthly expenditures and revenues through September. It's also got water and sewer and the hospitality. We made some improvements on the general ledger. A lot of different ways to thank them. We thank Mark Wood, who's our CPA, who's coming in too, and also help us with some preparation. This is the first copy. This is through September. We'll do a monthly report from here on out. Which basically shows the budget, year-to-date, year-to-date. As always, we get most of our revenue in probably late December, January, everything looks good so far for this fiscal year, and, hopefully we can, it's good for the rest of the year.
All we have, Sean?
That's all I have for tonight.
All right, we move to item C under communications, which is the committee reports. We have one committee that met since our last council meeting. That was the Building and Grounds Committee. We met on September 18th. Chair of that committee is Councilwoman Dawes, so I'll remember her report.
Okay, we did meet on September 18th, Buildings and Grounds Committee. And we had quite a full agenda. We started by ordering Christmas decorations. And I understand as of tonight that some have arrived already, everything except the tree, I think. So we're excited about the new Christmas decorations, and not some are not so new, will continue. They are newly furnished.
That's right.
We're excited about that. We also discussed preparations for the ball golf. And we discussed improvements and repairs, especially landscaping at the public safety building. We also discussed improvement of the alleyway that's near City Hall. We want to make it safe and more attractive. And then, of course, we discussed Watson Park and made talked about needs in that place, Watson Park. And that was it pretty much, unless I forgot something.
Thank you, Ms. Goss.
Mr. Mayor, could I ask Mr. Lewis to pass back 2 of the downtown Tuesday brochures? Thank you, sir.
Okay, moving along, department head reports. First is code enforcement and planning. Meredith, everything, we have the written reports, or anything there?
The only thing that's going out that's different from normal is it goes back to what Mr. Young said about the old high school property. You may have noticed that the posted private property, no trespass signs have been put up around. We've got about 16 up right now, but we've got a few more to add. So those are actually up as of Friday.
Which allows our police department to enforce trespassing on that property.
Yes, the signs actually give notice, where before the police were having to give a verbal notice that you're not supposed to be here. Now those signs being there, they have their notice, so it is an on-site.
And there is ample signage more than is required. by state
More
law,
than,
so there's
yes.
no question that that property is posted against trespassing. Is that all?
And that was the only thing that I had.
Fire departments, Chief Harvey and
Get Bob to you a little bit about what we've got going on down there now. It's, got fire week coming up. And, we're also in the process of sending out a flyer. All that in discuss. And we'll talk about this part of it.
Right, good evening. Lots of stuff going on in the fire department, but this week is National Fire Prevention Week. So, it's October 6th through the 12th. The themes for this year across the whole nation is smoke alarms, make them work for you. So I did bring some smoke alarms with us to show you all. Plus we'll talk about our communication method going out. So, this is mainly for the residential smoke alarms. They come in different makes and models. These are 2 different makes and models that we currently have or will be out there in public. So, typically most people probably recognize this. Please make sure your smoke alarms are UL tested, which you really can't buy in any one of the stores without it. The ones you will be providing to the public, if you need any, it's going to be this maker model that's provided by the American Red Cross and the State Fire Marshal's Office. So make them work for you. Please remember, once a month, test them. If they don't make a noise, don't sound monthly, they need to be replaced.
Also, you can come out here at City Hall and get an application for smoke detectors. Or you can go on the city's website and go do the smoke detectors. There was a short period of time where everyone was dealing with COVID. We were kind of got away from most people that want people come in their houses. We totally understood. back onto the program. American Red Cross, as we install these smoke detectors and we turn in our paperwork, they replace all smoke detectors where we turn right around and keep putting.
A great partnership, the Red Cross with the Office of State Fire Marshal, the Fire State South Carolina. Every resident should be getting a mailer this week with a message from the fire department, about Fire Prevention Week. And they're just gonna talk about the bog off. We're also gonna have a risk reduction trailer there to help demonstrate smoke alarm safety and how to escape a fire in your home. So that's gonna be at the bog off event. And also there's gonna be some of our messaging from Fire State South Carolina, from the State Fire Marshal's office, where you should have your smoke alarms, where to test them, how to have an escape plan for your home, you can practice with your families. Also be a checklist on the guide for homeowners and renters themselves to keep in mind. So we're pushing out that mailer. The schools, we're also a member of the Horry Georgetown Fire Chiefs Association, and we have pushed out the poster and essay contest, for Fire Prevention Week to all the schools. So we're hoping our students and local schools participate in that, and they do get a trophy and an award and dinner if they participate in that as well. So, lots of stuff. Smoke alarm blitz. We're kind of planning. We still have to work on a smoke alarm blitz plan. Where hopefully the fire department, the city government, and the American Red Cross and the state. So we kind of have a neighborhood picked out. We just have to get together with the stakeholders and pick out some dates, and that's going to be a big community event. We'll go in the neighborhood and do a massive smoke alarm installation.
We normally pick like on a Saturday, we go to just a particular neighborhood that we think might be in need of either smoke detectors, or maybe in the past we've seen that when we go to call, whether it's a medical or whether it's any other call, we notice whether or not they have smoke detectors. So what we'll do is we'll go one Saturday, we'll just knock on the neighborhood. Other departments will come help us, American Red Cross. It'll be as a whole saturation of that particular neighborhood, and when we leave that day, everybody will have smoke detectors free of charge. They say nothing is free in life, but it's limited, but neither totally free. All you gotta do is ask for them. All I need is a name, address, and tell me where to go and a telephone number. Give me some contact, and we'll put them in.
So if anyone needs a smoke detector, they come to City Hall, leave the information you just mentioned, or go to the fire department, leave the
And if we
information.
do happen to get an application that's not in the city or not in our contract area, we will forward it to Horry County. They will forward it to whichever fire station in that territory, and they will still get it. Our goal is for everybody to have one, and it's a good thing to have.
The chief, years ago, we installed a smoke alarm many years ago, which we actually went to the fire. It actually alerted somebody and they escaped the fire. So we know, the installation program does help and help the public.
It's a good service, it's a good partnership.
Yeah, great partnership, State Red Cross.
Give you some other idea what's been going on. I don't know if you got the report we have been doing COVID testing for the month of September. Every night on Tuesday during the month of September, we have managed to test all of the hoses on every piece of apparatus in that section. We're very fortunate. I think about 8 pieces on failed. But that's the name of the game. We'd rather test it and fail when we're basically out there doing a test, than for it to fail on the scene. So that's going on. And we're in the process of today, the Municipal Emergency Services was there. They're doing annual inspection and repairs on the Jaws of Life. Later this week, people are supposed to be coming here to make sure our breathing apparatus is up to code on dates with its service. And then next month we start back into pump testing, all that. Okay.
Sounds like you're getting busy.
A little bit. and then between all that, if the paper goes off, we have to take care of that too.
Thank you.
Police department, Chief Newby had another engagement tonight, so he's not with us. We have his written report. Public Works.
Yeah, I had talked with Jordan earlier, and I was going to let Mike handle a few of these.
and recreation. We have to report.
No, what he's left to report here for y'all.
Right, we have to report the what is over here. Okay, we'll move forward now to our business items. Item A is a project update from Hannah Engineering regarding several of our grants. Mr. Mike Hannah from Hannah Engineering. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank y'all for having me. Appreciate the opportunity. Did everybody get that's out of project status report? I'm gonna run down those very quickly, and if you have any questions, stop me and we'll talk about any specifics. But the top two projects on there are two highway related projects, 701 and number 9. All of that was paid for 100% with DOT money. Law got passed 6 or 7 years ago and said, if a small town has a relocation need or an intersection change, the DOT project will pay for the cost of moving the utilities. That is one of the best things that's happened in the last 20 years, in my opinion. It saved towns like Loris a ton of money. And if you can look down and find the big number, the top one is $3.8 million, because that would have cost the city of Loris. And then the next one was 2.91. Those projects been going on for the last 9 months, I guess. They're coming to a close and they're going to be completed under budget. So you won't save any money, but the DOT will save money. So, but those are coming in good. You've got brand new infrastructure around the widened highway. So those are good looking projects. The next one we have is a ARPA project, what we call the downtown waterline improvements. And there is a map in the back of your package. It's aerial photos. And that aerial photo shows we're going to put a new 6-inch line on the left side, followed by 10-inch line all the way to the right side. So that's what we're doing right now. And we're in the design phase, and we need some information from the city. And with all the information, all the problems we've been doing the 701 and 9, that's been kind of a back burner for the city to give us all the information. So now that those are completing, we did get some information from the city on the location of water lines, sewer lines in the area, so we can complete our design. So we look forward to moving ahead with that right now. On your page 2, we'll jump on to our skip project. This is the exciting one right now. Everybody in the state that has received skip money are moving forward with that right now. The first paragraph up there just tells you a little bit about the project funding. We applied for a $4.5 million skip grant and a $500,000 Rio grant, and both of those were received. The city has a match of $300,000. So all total, we got $5.3 million for the 3 projects that we picked out. Actually, for the meter replacements is one that the city is doing themselves. But I outlined contract 1, 2, and 3, and there's also a good map in the back that tells you where those lines are. This one has a red, yellow, and blue line. What we're actually working on right now is the red line, and we have got that almost ready to advertise for bids. We're waiting on the DOT permit, but as soon as we get that, we're ready to put an advertisement in the paper and in Skibo and move on and get contractors for that work. The yellow and the blue lines are a little bit behind, but we wanted to focus on one and get it out to the street. One of our main hurdles on the rest of the lines is railroad permits. We are moving your lines under the railroads. We've got to find a good way to abandon what you've had under there for 50, 60 years. Sometimes what you did 50, 60 years ago was not as good as we do today, so we've got to figure out a good way to abandon what you have. Then move over 20 feet and put an entirely new line under the railroad. So we're working through that process now with the railroad, and we should be ready to advertise those in the spring of 25. So do I have any questions I can answer? That's a lot to go over. It's a lot of money, but there's a lot of improvements that are about to start happening. So.
We're also doing the lead and copper thing too.
Yes, sir, as part of that, we are identifying lead and copper, and we are preparing a spreadsheet to go out to DA by next week. I think it's the deadline. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's a step in the right direction, which is what DA wants to see. I'm not pretty terrible at it. DHEC is now DES, and I just can't say that word out
I
loud.
can't seem to get it right either. That's why I look at you.
It's going to be forever known as DHEC, but they have required by October 16th, a sheet from every water system that says, here's where we're at on lead service lines. And the goal is to eliminate all lead service lines. For newer construction past 1986, it was illegal to put in anything but non-lead services. Prior to 86, it was possible for you to have galvanized and lead goose mix, and that's the stuff we want to identify, make it available to the public, make it available to the homeowner, and then find a way to replace it. And there's plenty of funds out there to apply for, but the first step is identifying what we have. And what you'll find is the newer communities, or the newer water system, has no problem. It's only the old 1930s built stuff, 40s built, and so on. So we're working through that. Anybody have any questions for me?
Good board.
Would that help eliminate some unrest in our water?
Not at this time. I mean, we're not doing anything now. The downtown water line where we're putting the 6 and the 10, certainly we're going to eliminate a lot of old galvanized lines in that area. So in certain areas it will, but this is only a small portion of the city. And we can work on future projects to go around, but the goal is to get every one of the old galvanized lines off of the system. But the unfortunate part is not many people know where they're at. So that's our job, and the most challenging part of our job is finding out where these old lines are. And unfortunately, there's just not old maps that show you exactly where they're at. All that was in somebody's head from the 20s to the 50s, and it just disappeared. So it's a challenge to find out where, but that's one of the purposes of this project was to get rid of what we knew about in this area. So that'll be a major improvement in that area.
You can put the water purifiers on your tank, you know, your hot water, and it's still, it helps, but it doesn't eliminate it. Is that what I mean?
My goal is to get rid of it at the source where it's happening, and it's just gonna take a little while to do it, but one step at a time.
Mr. Hannah, thank you so much.
All right, thank y'all. If y'all don't need me, I'm going to excuse myself.
Yes, sir. We have for the public on the projects. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
We move to item B of business. It is a discussion and first reading of ordinance 0924, which is an annexation ordinance. Go ahead and read that my title home.
Ordinance 0924, an ordinance to annex 0.21 acres into the corporate city limits of the city of Forest as R2 residential medium density, located approximately 110 feet east of Cannon Road, then number 176-01-01-0048, Darling Richburg is the agent.
Council will remember back in the summer, we accepted the annexation petition for that property. It was referred to the planning commission for our ordinance. They've returned their report, which is attached to the ordinance, the zoning recommendation, and that is for R2. Is there a motion that we approve this for first reading?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Gerald. Excuse me. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Paget. Any discussion on the annexation ordinance? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes? And I vote yes. Moving to item C, that is a discussion and possible approval of expenses to complete the property, the corner lot here adjacent to City Hall across Walnut Street. We talked about that at the Building and Grounds Committee meeting. I'll let Mr. Young kind of give us an overview as to what the project will encompass.
Yeah, we had a lot of good discussion on that and some ideas on what we need to do. And one thing we kind of came up with too is basically getting a lot cleaned up, get the concrete taken out. There's some things we need to address with the removal of the concrete and the asphalt and stuff like that there too. So we'll address those, address the sidewalk issue, the also the water and sewer issue, dealing with that too. But, we kind of identified this as a kind of a, we want to put some of our newer Christmas stuff that's coming out and stuff we just bought, kind of put it there. And we talked about it for years. Just kind of put that there because it's a good location between at least 4 or 5 of our restaurants, which is right in the area. So therefore, I think the expenditure can be used for hospitality funds to improve that area with the idea that we can use this as an area that's going to improve. You know, people come and sit there, and they can sit in the area, congregate in that area, basically with the improvements we get ready to make. I think that we're gonna have some benches and stuff there, so we're looking. It's a lot of different little things we're gonna do to try to put there. We talk about it too. There. I think we're gonna spend. I think doing the asphalt or concrete removed, fixing up sidewalks, stuff like that. We've got. That'll be one aspect of the process. We're looking at having that removed, that part. And of course, we want to put some dirt back in there, put some grass back in there, slip it away from the buildings and stuff. Except we do the sidewalks, we do the back walls on the facility back there by our property. We do that part of there too. I would ask him what trading about 35 would do that. I know Wayne Fox and I and Andy and Meredith been looking at it. We think it's probably about 35,000 out of hospitality funds, basically cover the whole project. Of course, it's going to be broken up into 4 or 5 different phases, which would be the removal of concrete for asphalt, concrete and asphalt first, and then you fix the sidewalks all of the project. And then all the projects should be under 15,000, which I can approve. But I still like the council to approve 35,000 out of hospitality, so we'll have that listed to in reference that we want to basically design it in the fact that we can basically use it for attraction businesses to come downtown and spend money for a restaurant.
We give folks a place to order out, take out, and eat outside.
Right.
Perhaps.
Yes, I mean,
And as Mr. Young said, each phase of the demolition and improvements will be done by different contractors. And you don't anticipate any individual contract being more than $15,000, which, as you said, falls under your authority to approve under our procurement process. So what we need to do tonight, if the council is willing to, excuse me, is to have a motion to approve the budget not to exceed the $35,000 that Mr. Young mentioned, and those funds will be spent from the hospitality fund. Mr. Young has checked with the auditor and they do believe that that is an appropriate expenditure for the hospitality. So that's what we'll be looking for tonight, if anyone would like to make that motion. Okay, we have a motion from Ms. Gerald to approve the budget for improvements to the corner lot in an amount not to exceed the $35,000 and to be expended from the hospitality.
Correct.
You heard the motion, is there a second? Second by Mr. Hardy. Is there any further discussion? If you have anything you need to add before we go.
and I'll keep council up to date on what we're doing through the process. It's weekly or wherever we get the process to do all that we do.
We're hoping possibly by Boggle to have this thing complete. It's going to be pushing it a little bit. And that's
Got my fingers crossed. I got my fingers crossed. It's Wayne Fox and I've been pushing hard for that.
Wayne Fox has gone over there, gets back and break up some of the concrete, so they know what is under that and what's going to have to be disposed of.
And that was him actually on the back of it.
Yeah.
So he kind of dug the hole himself, so he's saying,
There's concrete and there's a layer of bricks,
It was.
another layer of concrete, so it's a little bit of a job to get that up. We're hoping perhaps not long enough we can have it done. We have a motion and a second. With no further discussion, I will call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes? And I vote yes. Item D is discussion of improvements for the public safety building. This, I know, came up at the building plans committee meeting briefly. Mr. Young, there are several things we talked about that need to address all public safety buildings. Paving that needs to be done, landscaping,
Exterior painting.
right. Several things. We'll cover. Right.
And offices and the for it.
Yeah, the meeting room there. So what we will be looking for council to do tonight is to authorize Mr. Young to solicit bids for those various improvements to the public safety building, bring those back to council, and we'll have further discussion and determine what action to take on those various items. So is there a motion from council to authorize Mr. Young to solicit the bids for the various improvements in the Meehan County Public Safety Building? Motion by Ms. Goss, second by Mr. Hardy. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Mr. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes? And I vote yes. Item E, discussion and approval of trick or treat date and time. We do this every year, set the date and time for trick or treating in the city of Loris. Halloween this year is on a weeknight, so we typically have the trick or treating on Halloween night, it falls on a weeknight. 6 to 8 is the normal time period. Is anybody got any ideas or any motion to that effect? Or you think that's a good time, or just need to expand it?
6 nights, adequate enough, that's like, I'm making a motion that we set for that Halloween night, 6 to 8 p.m.
All right, motion to set trick or treat hours within the city limits of Loris on Halloween night from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Sykes. Any further discussion? We'll call for the vote. Ms. Goss?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Ms. Gerald?
Yes.
Mr. Paget?
Yes.
Ms. Sykes?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Those are all the business items we have tonight. We move to public and press comments. Mr. Jimmy Watson has signed up. Mr. Watson, come on up.
Good evening. Good evening. The Main Street is a busy area. And, I suggest we should close off one side of the parking. You know, have one side parking, and one side not, so they open the road up. It's like you get Walnut Street right down here. Other side railroad track, back to red light 701. That should be like, take one parking away and put up some, street meters, parking meters too. You know what I'm saying? And that'll bring revenue to the city. But, that's a tight, really tight. It remains me from the railroad track back to 701. That's real tight, so you know, they should do it like you did Walnut Street right here. Here on back that way, it's one side parking. It's not no, you know what I'm saying? That'll help. Because it's tight, it's really tight.
Yes, sir.
That's all I have.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Watson. Mr. Young, I'll refer to you. All right, Ms. Nichols.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Vita Nichols. I reside at 4010 Church Street here in the great city of Loris. I'm the president of the Loris Women's Coalition, and this year will mark our 8th annual Salute to Loris American Heroes to honor our Loris veterans. And our event is going to take place this year on Saturday, November 9th at 10 a.m. at the Loris High School Auditorium. And it will be followed by a complimentary catered brunch that will immediately follow the program. And we have a very, very special program this year where 5 Loris veterans are going to receive the Quilt of Valor by the Quilt of Valor Foundation, hosted by the Shorebirds of Myrtle Beach. Those nominated veterans will be notified by the Quilts of Valor Foundation directly. And so our citizens can take place and commemorate their families and friends by making a donation in any amount as a Friends of Loris Veterans in the name of that particular veteran, posthumously or alive or on active service, and that person's name will be included in the program. And if you are a business or an individual who'd like to sponsor the event, I also have sponsorship letters and a flyer that you can display in your business. I also provided a letter of sponsorship request along with the flyer for all of the members of the council and the mayor to be placed in your mailbox. So hopefully you all have received those as well. Also, another way that we are asking businesses to assist us this year is if you will just allow us to display our flyer in your window of your business. That way your patrons, when they're coming in, visitors will see the signage. They can scan the QR code on the flyer and register free of charge through Eventbrite. Y'all, we're modernizing now. So we have those flyers available to you. They're also available on the Loris Women's Coalition Facebook page. So those of you who use social media, if you go on and type in Loris Women's Coalition, our page will come up, and you can also see the flyer there, and you can even scan the QR code from the computer screen. Our next big thing is we're also asking again for the city of Loris and the council to support us, not just with your attendance, but also as a platinum sponsor, as you have in previous years. All of our members are volunteers, and all of the monies that we collect go directly to the Veterans Day program and any other programming that the Loris Women Coalition does. We are also seeking new members, and all you have to do is be a citizen of Loris or interested in supporting the citizens and the city of Loris. Our next meeting will be on Tuesday, October 22nd at 7 p.m. That meeting will be held at the Center for Counseling and Wellness, which is located at 3505 Main Street here in Loris. That's very near when you're going down Main Street, just past the Little River Medical Center on the right-hand side. So at this time, I just want to thank Mayor Suggs, who has been a supporter of ours over the years, who will also be bringing greetings on behalf of our city to our veterans and their guests. And so we're looking forward to that. And I hope that I will see you all there. Please spread the word, support our veterans. Because of our veterans, we are free and we have the freedom to be Americans. Thank you very much for your time and attention.
Thank you, Ms. Nichols. And it is a very nice event. It's not something that takes all day, hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
You get a very nice brunch. You get to see a lot of folks and a lot of veterans, and you get a chance to speak to them and thank them for their service. So I urge everybody to be there. Those are all the citizens we had signed up for public comment tonight. Executive session is on the agenda. If you don't have anything tonight.
Not at this time, John.
All right, nothing for executive session, so the next thing we have is a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We talked, we didn't know you had to sign to talk.
Yeah, ma'am, normally for public input, you sign the sheet when you first come in.
We didn't know.
You have a 3-minute, roughly a 3-minute time limit.
Well, you know, it's for our street, Fox Glen. If I can come, well.
Yeah, basically, we'd like to get an updated status on that project because they told us they were doing a patch job and they were coming back to do the street later.
This street is right next to our street, Fox Glen. See how nice the street is? These streets are all across the street. They're all along across the street from us. They came in and supposedly they were gonna fix our road. But these are pictures from 2 days later. Would you like to live on a street that looks like that? We understand that you've got a grant to fix the street. They came in, it was like a circus. They destroyed my neighbor's driveway. I'm trying to get him to get an estimate on what his driveway would cost. But this is, the holes now are bigger than before they even came. And it's only Foxconn, and we don't understand why my neighbors are all concerned.
You were told last year that the road was gonna be repaved over. It's just a cul-de-sac. They came in and they patched 3 areas. I mean, it was like 3 inches back. They dug 3 trenches by the end of the cul-de-sac and put about 8 to 10 inches of tar. And then they moved down next door neighbor and did a patch in front of his place. I guess they ran out of tar because this looked like a washboard. Pebble green.
Only one is
Yeah, I'd like
to know when they're gonna finish the job.
Okay, the city does not pave the streets. The streets primarily are owned by the South Carolina Department of Transportation or Horry County. There are very, very few streets that are responsibility of the city of Lawrence. We can talk to DOT, talk to the county, try to find out more information for you. But the streets are in their jurisdiction.
We would appreciate it.
And that's something that Mr. Young and Ms. Holmes are trying to address for us. Because I know they're in communication with the county and the state about matters such as that.
Joyce Ermi, ERMI. This is 2 days after they supposedly fixed it. As I noticed none of my neighbors came. They're all concerned and angry, but I don't see any of my neighbors. Because we wrote a thing and we did it all I was gonna do the talking first. He was supposed to do the talking second.
I appreciate the information, I'm sure.
I mean, just think you can patch the areas and see what happens. I mean, this whole all right, thank you.
Have a good night.
Hey, you're married, quit trying to pick up.
Wait a minute, honey. Let's wait till it's over.
We need to be.
Yes. That's the old side.
Yes.